is the ERi-TV English news broadcast for Tuesday evening, 5th of May. The time is exactly 10:30 p.m. right now. Good evening to you, and let's begin with the top stories. Schools Independence Day week commenced in the central region. Vocational training to women in the Kamhara subzone. Europe ready to respond after Trump threatens 25% auto tariffs. And Latvia staged 2 military drills. Thank you for joining us. Proceeding with our full reports. Schools Independence Day week, organized in connection with the 35th Independence Day anniversary, officially commenced today at the Asmara Comprehensive High School under the theme Our Resilience, Our Guarantee. At the opening ceremony, in which Dr. Halima Mohammed, Minister of Education, and Ambassador Zamira Taghla, Commissioner of Culture and Sports, took part, Mr. Belay Habtegaber, head of the Education Office in the Central Region, called for preserving the independence that was realized through the arduous struggle and heavy sacrifice of the Eritrean people. Noting that 99% of school-aged children have access to education in schools located in their vicinities, Mr. Belay called for integrated effort to organize capacity upgrading training programs for school directors, supervisors, and teachers aimed at enhancing the teaching learning process. The event, which featured cultural and artistic performance representing all ethnic groups of the country, was also attended by Mr. ERi-TV, Managing Director in the Central Region, and other officials from the Ministry of Education. Schools Independence Day week in the Central Region will continue until 23rd May in all preschools to high schools in the region. Vocational training has been provided to about 150 women in Tukhul administrative area and My Adaga semi-urban center in the Kamhara subzone. The training was organized in collaboration with the National Union of Eritrean Women and the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students. The training covered ceramics and beauty salon services. Mr. Awalkir Ali, administrator of My Adaga semi-urban center, called on the trainees to apply the knowledge they gained from the training to improve their livelihoods. Mrs. Sanait Afworki, head of the National Union of Eritrean Women in the Southern Region, and Mr. Yamana Aberra, administrator of the Kamhara subzone, called on the trainees to develop their knowledge in producing quality products. Noting that the training being provided to women is aimed at enhancing their capacity and productivity, Mrs. Tasfa Mikael, President of National Union of Eritrean Women, called on government institutions in the area to support the trainees in creating income-generating schemes using the knowledge they gained from the training. Youth who are receiving training at the Masawa Workers Training Center conducted a tour of historical and developmental sites on 2nd of May. The tour included visits to Masawa Tin and Polyplastic Factory, Masawa Ports Authority, the ancient Mosque of Sahaba, Hergigo Electricity Plant, and Gahtelaida. Mr. Negusa Girmay, head of administration and finance of the training center, said that the objective of the tour was to enable the trainees to understand the development programs being carried out in their area, as well as their history. During their tour of the historical and developmental sites, the participants were provided with briefings by concerned personnel on the history and progress of the developmental activities. The participants expressed satisfaction with what they observed firsthand regarding the progress of the development programs they visited and called for the continuity of the program. We're live on ERi-TV. Stay tuned for international news. In our global affairs, Europe signaled readiness to respond after U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to raise tariffs to 25% on cars and trucks imported from the European Union, accusing the bloc of failing to comply with the trade deal. Trump said on May 1st that the EU had not honored the bilateral trade agreement reached last year that warned of higher duties on vehicles shipped to the United States. In response, Eurogroup president on Monday said that Europe is prepared to act if the US moves ahead. He stressed that dialogue remains the first choice and that Europe values the transatlantic relationship, but added that all options would be considered if commitments are breached. On the same day, German Vice Chancellor and Finance Minister urged Trump to honor the tariff agreement reached with the EU last summer. He warned that if Trump raised tariffs on EU cars, the bloc will take countermeasures. Two military exercises, Crystal Arrow 2026 and Spring Warriors, are being held in Latvia starting from today to 15th May, said the Latvian Defense Ministry. Crystal Arrow 2026, led by the Land Force Mechanized Infantry Brigade, focused on improving brigade-level planning and execution of operation. Soldiers are training for full-scale defensive operations in conventional warfare under realistic field conditions, said the ministry. Spring Warriors, organized by NATO Multinational Brigade in Latvia, aim to strengthen unit cohesion in national defense operations. The exercise will help to improve force deployment, logistics, and command and control while operating across different regions of Latvia. The Crystal Arrow 2026 exercise involves approximately 2,500 soldiers and 500 pieces of equipment, while Spring Warrior takes in more than 2,200 soldiers and around 300 pieces of equipment. We're about to end our news broadcast, but before we say goodnight, here's a final look at the top stories. Schools Independence Day week commenced in Central Region. Vocational training provided to women in the Kamhara subzone. Europe ready to respond after Trump threatens 25% auto tariffs. Latvia staged 2 military drills. And that wraps up the news for this session. On behalf of the entire news crew, thank you very much for watching. I'm Salim Burhana. Have a great night.